Okay, take two.
Sorry about that, and you can tell the shirt's a little different. This is my
Yes.
varnishing shirt, or painting shirt. We're getting ready to go to a convention in Kansas City, VFW members, and our hope is they will want to buy some of our art. They're always very generous and very good to the Hex Project.
On the back, but they're not yet.
Oh, that's fantastic. I love the art, actually. I took a picture of everything that's on the table, and this is just the flag art. Some of it is more and just very beautiful. Who does the art?
Different veterans. We've got a National Guard veteran that does a lot of the wood art. We've got a Vietnam veteran that does birdhouses. It's a community effort. It's just all of us that love the troops.
Amen. It's wonderful. So what made you decide to start this nonprofit?
Well, my husband was deployed in the Navy. Well, he wasn't my husband. I didn't know him from Adam. Ray was deployed in the Middle East during the first Gulf War, and they didn't know what was going on. I mean, they're sitting out on the aircraft carrier in the middle of the Persian Gulf, and they were supposed to be going to Australia or somewhere. Oh, by the way, surprise, we're now in the Persian Gulf. And they were starved. They were starved to know that, the news, of course, but they wanted to know the American people backed them and were behind them. And Channel 9 did a news story saying if anyone wants to write a letter to a military person, just address it any service member. That was back when you could still do that. And mail it to them, and then they would get them on over to the men and women that were in Riyadh on the Patriot batteries of missiles, and they were out at sea, and they were in Baghdad. I mean, they were just all over the place. Well, I guess they weren't in Baghdad yet, but anyway. So I wrote one letter, took it to church, had a few people sign it because it's a very small country church, and then there it is. And then we made 20 copies and got back 35 replies. They wanted to hear from home. Well, on board the USS Independence, there was a lonely sailor from Lubbock, Texas. And he said he went twice to get a letter, and both times they were out of letters. So the third time he just took off running. He said, I didn't wait for anybody. And I figured I was pretty close to the morale office. I'd be one of the first. Well, he was the first. But he said he ran through the door and he grabbed the letter that was on the top of the stack before realizing, well, I'm the first guy in here and I can have any letter I want. So he put the top one back and said he went down until it felt right. And we've been married 25 years.
Oh.
So when we went into this war, my husband now said, let's take care of these guys the way your church took care of them.
Oh.
And we started a care package program. And we did that because of Vietnam, because the guys in Vietnam were not treated well. And I mean men and women. We had a lot of nurses over there. They were not remembered when they got home. And now they have regrets and issues because America not only didn't remember them, but when they did, they weren't very kind about it. So we wanted to do something to make a difference for this generation, and hopefully we have. 14 years, started our 14th year.
Oh man, that's such an amazing blessing, and just awesome what you're doing and what you continue to do. How many volunteers do you guys have?
It depends on the day. Tomorrow we have a group of about 30 coming in from a church in Texas.
Have a good trip.
All right, dear. Thank you for coming in. Thanks for doing those tablecloths. So it just depends.
Bye-bye, guys.
Some days bigger than others. Now near Christmas time, I think our biggest group's been 100 and something, and that was in a much smaller space than this. So that was interesting. But KJ 103 brought us their crew. So.
What are some of the biggest challenges that you have and have faced?
Well, probably the same challenge you've heard from every other nonprofit you've talked to. Funds. You can't send, 30 boxes a week that cost $17 just for postage, and then you fill it up with stuff without needing a lot of money. And the thing we're doing when we have enough money for the care packages and want to do something more is funding treatment for brain injury veterans. The guys that have been rocked by blast.
Yeah.
We don't think they have so much a mental disorder as they have a brain injury. And that's kind of been proven by studies Israel and the United States that what we're doing is very effective on brain injury, and it's been used for 80 years on brain injury, but not recognized by insurance, not too recognized by the medical community, or many in the medical community. So we're trying to change that perception by doing events, talking about it to people, showing them videos, making sure they know where to go to access the videos when they have time and want to really do some research. And then also, if they have a loved one that's come back changed, maybe we can make a difference for them.
And I love that, because I definitely have fallen in love with the Patriot Clinic, and so excited. I cannot wait. I'm hoping that I get to meet the 8 vets that you're sponsoring to get them in the program. And
we took on 7 National Guardsmen that were in Metamlon, which was where they lost 14 in one deployment. So to get 7 of those guys that have been rocked almost daily, some of them by blast, is going to be huge. And then we took on a Navy veteran, and I did that kind of in honor of my husband. He's been chemically poisoned, and we want to see if we can make a difference for him in several ways. He's also brain injured. So just, keeping on. And if every organization would sponsor one,
right,
Oklahoma guys, a lot of Oklahoma guys would get taken care of, but then there'd still be more, because we have a lot of damaged troops. You can't be across the street from the blast wave and not have some damage from shaken baby syndrome.
Right.
I mean, they don't call it that, of course. Or think of the guys that shoot mortars and artillery.
Right.
The chat jumps up shoulder high.
Oh, wow.
That's not gravity that's doing
Right.
that. That's a blast wave, yeah. And when you feel that blast wave, it rocks your brain. And, maybe that's what we ought to call it, rockin' brain syndrome. But it's a real thing, and they're struggling now because of it. And don't think I'm rude to keep on working. Ava told me to.
No.
So I'm blaming on Ava.
No, and I'm going to come in here and help
Yes,
just
she
as soon
is.
as we are done with this. But, oh my goodness.
Don,
And
you can move some of these behind me out of the way if you would.
To see where they were.
Yeah.
we're looking to, my prayer is to bring more funds in, not just the Hug Projects, but definitely the Patriot Clinic. And I know that you're trying to help the Patriot Clinic as well. And I've talked to Mike about what they need and their goal of $50,000 for the year to just maintain and help actually get some support where they're able to pay the people that are in there. 'Cause they're living off of volunteers right now, which is awesome if you can do it. But with that chamber and getting those people in there, it's really changing lives, and they're really trying to just change things. And so I just said, hey, how much are you trying to raise? Like, how much do you need? And so I know that you're trying to raise just $40,000 for those 8 veterans. How far and how much more do you need?
It's unlimited. I mean, we can do more with more.
Amen.
And that's our goal. We want to keep on treating veterans until the state of Oklahoma takes notice and decides they can be doing this as well. The way the legislation was originally set up under the Senate Bill 1604, if anybody wants to research that, if the state pays the money instead of a nonprofit, the federal government is obligated to reimburse our state.
Oh.
So that money would become revolving money, and the money put in there would just keep going. We pay it out, they pay it back. But we can't do that because the legislation is flawed, and we're not sure if we put our money in, our $40,000 this time, and we put in more than that before, that we'd ever get our money back out, because the bill is flawed. And if they're not going to let us have our money back out, we don't want it tied up in the state of Oklahoma fund, and that's the fear. So we are doing it ourselves. We're paying the doctors directly at the clinic, at both the Patriot Clinic and the clinic up at Jinx. And we want to treat them where they live, that's closer to where they live, and make it convenient for them. So we're working with 2 different clinics. And
I didn't even know about the Jinx Clinic.
we've already treated several veterans there, and with amazing results. The first veteran we treated, a man, only 10% of all fibromyalgia patients are men, and he's one of them.
I
And
have
it helped his
fibromyalgia.
fibromyalgia. We weren't expecting that.
Oh my goodness.
So sometimes you see results you don't even expect. but certainly you can respect. So anyway, that's
This
kind
one
of where we are.
done?
Yes.
Okay, guys. Well, we are gonna. Is there anything else that you want to share with individuals who want to donate towards your causes, specifically to Jinx and the Patriot Clinic?
Just donate
and-
to the Hugs Project, and we'll get it where it's needed the most. But yes, I want to tell them if they have a loved one deployed, something that we do every week is send 20 to 30 care packages to men and women who remain in harm's way. So we're not just about treating brain injuries, although that's a big part of it. We want to take care of your loved one, and the only way we can do that is if you share their address with us. So get on the ball and get that to us, because they want a care package.
Oh, yes, they do. Yes, they do.
You know.
I do know. I received several care packages, and it changes your day. It makes it a whole different world when you get to have one.
My husband said, your family has to love and support you, but when you get something from a stranger,
Oh.
it is the most amazing feeling in
Yes,
the world.
yes, it is.
So we're trying to give them that amazing feeling, people. We need your help.
Amen. Thank you so much.
You're welcome,
for this
honey.
opportunity, for the opportunity to sit down and talk with you. The
We always
opportunity to
love having you
volunteer.
come in.
I love being here. I really do. It's just so awesome. Okay, that's. Is there anything else that you want to share?
It's all about our volunteers. Some of these diehards have been here 10, 12 years, but
I want to show.
they love what they do for our military, and it's as simple as that.
Awesome. Well, let's get a.
Trudy's an Air Force mom.
Oh, hi, Trudy. And she is right now closing up the framing. When framing work, we're putting the holders on.
Putting on the hanger.
Hanger.
Yep.
Fantastic. And this is a new location.
Oh yeah. What?
And so they just moved here about 2 months ago, so still reorganizing and getting everything going, but the station for care packages is ready to go, which is fantastic. You can see all of the stuff that they have.
Tell them we're still in the process of moving.
I did. I did. Oh my goodness. So much. Oh my goodness, I literally have this at home. This is good stuff. And that's it, guys. That's it. Oh, I hope you enjoyed. I pray that you are inspired and want to get involved. Thank you so much for watching. God bless.